things first when we talk about setup. Now, your setup isn't too far off, but one thing I definitely want you to do is to get a little closer to the ball.
Okay.
So we get a little closer to the ball, and then that's going to allow our arms to hang a little more naturally.
Got it.
As we see kind of quite a bit of space, between our legs and our hands here. And that'll just help us to utilize our body a little more. And then one of the things, just kind of foreshadowing a little bit in your swing, one of the biggest issues for you is that you swing almost 100% with your hands and arms. The best players in the world, they use their hands and arms the least, actually. How we really want to swing the club is with our body, our core, our legs, because those are our big muscles. Those are really what's going to just get the swing moving more efficiently and more powerfully as well. Now, when we take a look at Tony here first, when we start the takeaway, what we're going to see with Tony is that his entire body is turning right here in his backswing, and then as he comes up to, we say basically position 2 here, we see his hands working basically right in between our plane lines right here, and then they're working fairly close to on his belt buckle at this point.
Okay.
Versus in our backswing here, what we're going to see is that the arms are the first thing that wants to move. So then our hands are still fairly far away from our body at that point. And then now as we continue to move up to the top of the swing, he continues to turn his entire body. And then what that does is that's what helps him to get this club a little bit more behind him now at the top. That creates good depth so that now in his downswing, he'll be able to drop that club in the slot and start swinging from the inside again as well. Versus we're going to continue to just lift our hands here. And then this is where we're going to see to this point that at this top spot, your right knee hasn't changed flex at all here. And then what we see here now is that our body really hasn't turned at all. Where the two are average for these two numbers with our shoulder turn is going to be 90 degrees. And then with our hip turn here, it's going to be 45.
Okay.
So we get that extra turn, and then that's what...
My number?
Yes.
63. Okay.
Oh, yeah, your number right here is 63 and 28. We want to get to 90 and 45. That's at about where Tony is, but being that you didn't quite turn as much, this is why then your butt of the club is still just about in the middle of your feet right here.
True. Right.
And then now just cleaning up a couple of some of these lines here now. Now, as we start the downswing, that's where I talked about with Tony too. The first thing that's going to move right here is going to be the lower body. The lower body moves first, and that's what just gets our hands right here to just drop. So the hands drop right into the slot here, and then that's what then gets this club head to drop right into the slot as well. Versus our hands and arms want to start again in the downswing, and our hands are just kind of riding this top plane line, and then the same thing is happening with this club here as well. It wants, exactly, it's outside, and it's kind of going right through your shoulder blade here. And then what that causes now, as we keep coming down here, now your club has actually gotten outside of the ball, and then now it has to start swinging back to the left here, just to try to find the ball. And then that leftward path is what creates the rightward spin and the slices that you hit right there. Versus Tony's club is able to come from the inside, and then it releases down the target line and starts coming back around. And then that's how we really hit our ball straight, is that we're always swinging on this inside arc, and then it comes back around, so that we actually hit the ball straight, is because it's basically just right on the tangent of that arc right there. And then that's how it really gets hit directly down your target line here. And then what we're going to see, being that your club has to work to the left right here, we're going to see that it exits almost off of your rib cage here, exits a little low and left, versus being that Tony's club is swinging a little bit more from the inside here, his is going to exit a little bit more so off of his bicep here. And then now one thing that I like that you do, though, is you do a good job of getting through and finishing onto your left side, though. That's something that always we want to see, that everything is moving down and towards our target line here.